This is episode 2 of Let's See What It Grows. I swabbed the bottom of my foot at work to see what it was going to grow. I walk around on these shoes all day and I only wear them at work. I keep them in my car in a separate area. I don't bring them into my house just because I never really know what's on them. No matter where you go, there's bacteria, there's mold, there's other stuff floating around in our environment. And so for fun, let's see what grows on the bottom of my shoe. My prediction when I started doing this is that I would get a couple different types of bacteria, probably. Some of them I might know, some of them not, just because they're environmental things, and then at least one mold. So I plated this swab to a blood agar plate, which should grow most bacteria, and then it can support a mold. And I put it in the incubator to incubate overnight to see what was going to grow.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
The next day, I was pleasantly surprised. I had a couple different types of colonies. From this plate morphology, just right off the bat, I can tell that there is at least one gram-positive rod, bacillus species most likely, and then it looks like maybe just some different gram-positive stuff. But we're going to do a gram stain just to see what it is. Honestly, I work in a clinical lab, so I'm more familiar with clinical organisms and things that are commonly found on like different parts of our body, inside our body, like in the gut, etc. So I'm not extremely familiar with all types of environmental bugs. And so I kind of expected some of these to be more things that would be found more in the environment. And I might not know exactly what they are, but that's what the fun of it is trying to learn and figure it out. There was basically 5 different types of colonies on that plate that I could tell off on day 1. And so those are the ones that I gram stained and to try to see what was growing. This is the first one. These are looking like gram-positive rods. There's some that are seeing a little negative, which is kind of characteristic of certain types of gram-positive rods. Looks like a bacillus. And then another type, kind of in the same group. This is an environmental thing. I don't really know exactly what it is. And then this is a really fun looking gram-negative rod in these like sheaths. Also not 100% sure what this is. It's a type of environmental one. And then the next one was like these shorter gram-negative rods, kind of stubby. And then the last morphology kind of similar to the one before that. These might even be the same. And I just got more of a colony on this one.
2 days later.
And on day 3, after 2 days in the incubator, our mold popped up. So I had transferred it to a plate, and this is what grew. So that white thing is the same thing that is growing here. It is really dark and fluffy, and it makes me think that it's just a normal environmental mold. Molds are found in all different kinds of environments, including soil, and we find them a lot. Just floating around in our different types of working environments or houses or whatever. It's just kind of part of the environment. So looking at the tape rep, I didn't really see any structures, and I am okay with calling this just a dematiaceous environmental mold.